Picture this. It's a sunny Saturday afternoon. The sky is clear, the sun is shining brightly, and there's a gentle breeze that makes the day perfect for an outdoor gathering. You decide to host a barbecue in your backyard, inviting friends and family over for some good food and great company. You smell burgers grilling, kids are laughing, and the sound of cheerful chatter fills the air. The aroma of sizzling meat wafts through the yard, mingling with the scent of freshly cut grass. Children are running around, playing tag and laughing without a care in the world. The adults are gathered around the grill, sharing stories and enjoying cold drinks. And then, bam! Your neighbor appears, face red with fury, wielding an AR-15. The joyous atmosphere is shattered in an instant. Everyone freezes, their smiles fading as they turn to see the source of the commotion. Your neighbor, usually a quiet and reserved person, is now standing at the edge of your yard, his face contorted with anger. Why? Your music is too loud. He starts yelling, his voice booming over the music. He complains that the noise is unbearable, that he can't enjoy his own home because of your party. The music, which seemed just right for the occasion, now feels like a ticking time bomb. Seems extreme, right? Sadly, these situations happen more often than you'd think. In a world where tensions can run high and patience can run thin, it's not uncommon for minor disputes to escalate quickly. What starts as a simple noise complaint can spiral out of control, leading to dangerous confrontations. And let's be clear, threatening someone with a firearm is never the answer, especially over something as trivial as a cookout playlist. It's important to remember that there are always better ways to handle disagreements. Resorting to violence or intimidation only makes the situation worse and puts everyone at risk. This isn't about debating the Second Amendment. It's not about whether you have the right to own a gun. It's about how you choose to use that right. Responsible gun ownership means understanding the gravity of wielding a weapon and knowing when it's appropriate to do so. This is about basic human decency and common sense. It's about treating your neighbors with respect and finding peaceful solutions to conflicts. It's about recognizing that we all share the same space and that our actions have consequences. Pulling out a weapon, any weapon, to settle a dispute is dangerous, irresponsible, and frankly just plain stupid. It escalates the situation unnecessarily and can lead to tragic outcomes. Instead of reaching for a gun, take a step back and think about the impact of your actions. There are safer, more effective ways to address conflict, like talking it out. Communication is key in resolving disputes. By having an open and honest conversation, you can often find a compromise that works for everyone. It's about listening to each other's concerns and finding a middle ground, or calling the local authorities if needed. If the situation feels out of control or if you feel threatened, don't hesitate to call the police. They are trained to handle such situations and can help de-escalate the conflict. Remember, your safety and the safety of those around you should always come first. Waving around an AR-15 because your neighbor's dog went on your lawn won't end well. You might think it's just a way to vent your frustration, but the consequences are far more severe than you might imagine. The law takes these actions very seriously, and what you see as a moment of anger can quickly escalate into a legal nightmare. In the eyes of the law, it's not a joke. It's a crime. Law enforcement officers are trained to respond to these situations with the utmost seriousness. They don't see a frustrated homeowner, they see a potential threat to public safety, and that means they will act accordingly, often with swift and decisive measures. We're talking serious offenses like aggravated assault or brandishing a firearm, which are not taken lightly in any jurisdiction. These charges can carry heavy penalties, including significant fines and long-term consequences that can affect your life in ways you might not have considered, which can land you in court faster than you can say plea bargain. Think about it. Fines, mandatory anger management, maybe even jail time. The legal process is not something you want to go through if you can avoid it. The stress, the financial burden, and the potential damage to your reputation are all factors that can have a lasting impact. Is a moment of anger really worth jeopardizing your freedom? Consider the long-term effects on your family, your job, and your future. A criminal record can follow you for the rest of your life, making it difficult to find employment, secure housing, or even travel freely. The legal system doesn't see your side of the story, they see a dangerous situation that could have been avoided. Judges and juries are tasked with upholding the law, and they are often unsympathetic to claims of temporary insanity or momentary lapses in judgment. They see a dangerous situation that could have been avoided. So next time you feel the urge to act out in anger, take a deep breath and think about the potential consequences. It's always better to find a peaceful resolution than to risk everything over a fleeting moment of rage. Let's talk safety, folks. AR-15s are powerful weapons designed for combat, not backyard squabbles. Even if you think you're being careful, accidents happen. A finger slips, a child runs by, and suddenly there's a tragedy. Remember, these guns are built to kill. They're not toys, they're not props, they're lethal weapons. And when tempers flare, judgment gets cloudy. One wrong move and you could be responsible for hurting someone, maybe even yourself. Imagine living next to someone who threatened you with a gun. The mere thought of it sends chills down your spine, doesn't it? Now picture this scenario playing out every single day. You wake up with a knot in your stomach, dreading the possibility of running into that person. Your home, which should be your sanctuary, feels more like a prison. The constant anxiety gnaws at you, making it hard to focus on anything else. Every time you see their face, hear their voice, you're filled with fear. It's like a dark cloud hanging over you, never letting you feel at ease. Even the smallest sounds make you jump, your heart racing as you wonder if danger is near. This isn't just a momentary feeling, it's a constant state of being that wears you down day after day. You can't sleep, you can't relax, you're constantly looking over your shoulder. Nights are the worst. You lie in bed staring at the ceiling, unable to drift off because your mind is racing with what-ifs. What if they come to your door? What if they decide to act on their threats? The lack of sleep only makes your anxiety worse, creating a vicious cycle that's hard to break. Is that the kind of environment you want to create for your family, your neighbors, your community? Think about the impact on your loved ones. Your children, who should be playing and laughing, are instead learning to live in fear. Your neighbors, who should be your friends and allies, are now just as scared as you are. The sense of community erodes, replaced by suspicion and dread. Threatening someone with an AR-15 doesn't make you tough, it makes you a bully. It shows a lack of respect for human life and dignity. True strength comes from protecting others, not instilling fear. When you use a weapon to intimidate, you're not just harming one person, you're destabilizing an entire community. It creates a climate of fear and distrust, turning your neighborhood into a battleground. Instead of a place where people feel safe and connected, it becomes a war zone where everyone is on edge. This isn't the way to live. We all deserve to feel secure in our homes and communities. Let's work together to build an environment based on mutual respect and understanding, not fear and intimidation. Section 5. Shattered trust, broken community. Communities thrive on trust and respect. When you threaten someone with a gun, you shatter that trust. Neighbors stop talking to each other, friendships dissolve, and the entire community suffers. It's like a poison that spreads, creating suspicion and animosity. People become afraid to let their kids play outside, to walk their dog, to even step foot in their own yard. Is that the legacy you want to leave behind? Section 6. What were you thinking? Let's be honest, folks. What goes through your mind when you think threatening someone with an AR-15 is acceptable? Are you trying to intimidate them? Scare them into submission? Do you really think violence is the answer? It's time to take a step back and ask yourself, is this who I am? Is this how I want to solve my problems? The answer, in almost every conceivable scenario, is a resounding no. Section 7. It's not just about you. Remember, your actions have consequences. Not just for you, but for everyone around you. When you pull out an AR-15, you're not just threatening one person, you're threatening the entire community. You're sending a message that violence is okay, that fear is the solution, and that's not the kind of message we want to send to our children, our neighbors, or our future generations. Section 8. Choose respect, not a rifle. Next time you feel anger bubbling up, remember this. There's always a better way. Choose dialogue, choose empathy, choose respect. Don't let a moment of rage define you. Put down the gun and pick up the phone. Talk to your neighbor, call a mediator, seek professional help if you need it. There are countless resources available to help you resolve conflict peacefully and responsibly. Section 9. Be a good neighbor, not a headline. At the end of the day, we all want the same thing: to feel safe in our homes and communities. We can achieve that, but it requires effort, understanding, and a commitment to peaceful resolution. So, let's put down the AR-15s and pick up the responsibility. Let's choose dialogue over violence, empathy over anger, and build a future where respect and understanding prevail. Let's be good neighbors, not cautionary tales.